selection do, add modifier, a unique bend modifier to every single selected object. Now, if we take a look at any of the objects, we will find a unique bend modifier with an angle of 0, which does not affect all the other 99 objects. Of course, we can pass again a construction parameter like angle, set it to 45 degrees, select, for example, half of the objects, and apply this modifier. This is still a unique modifier, which is used by a single object and does not propagate its parameters to the other boxes. The reason we used brackets around the bend modifier construction is that the add modifier function is expecting two arguments, the first being the object or list of objects to apply the modifier to, and the second is expected to evaluate to an instance of a modifier class. If we would remove the brackets, MaxScript would find the first argument, which is correct, and then encounter the second one, which is not an instance of a bend class. It is the bend class constructor itself, which is unexpected and would cause an error message. MaxScript complains that it cannot convert directly the bend class into an instance of that class. As you know, every modifier in 3ds Max can be enabled or disabled, either completely, only in the viewport, or only in the renderer. As you would expect, MaxScript provides access to the enable state of all modifiers and can be used to turn on and off any number of modifiers in any number of objects. In this sample scene, there are 42 unique objects with multiple non-instanced modifiers. Turning all these modifiers off or on would require hundreds of clicks. The reason the modifiers are not instanced is because some of their parameters have been animated with various time offsets. Disabling all modifiers in all objects in the scene requires a single line of MaxScript code. For all in objects, 2 for m in the object modifiers, 2 the modifier's enabled state is equal to false. As you would expect, all the modifiers in all scene objects have been turned off. We can enable them again by replacing false with true. We can also use the current state and the logical not operator in order to invert true to false and false to true. In this case, if the modifier was disabled, it is going to be enabled again, and if it was enabled, it is going to be disabled. Calling this line multiple times turns the modifiers on and off. We can also access the enabled in views property, which disables the modifiers in the viewports, but they are still active in the renderer. As seen in previous examples, we can limit the effect of a for loop using the where statement and filter only the objects, only the modifiers, or both, in order to affect only those that we want to. For example, in order to turn off only the bend modifiers in all scene objects, we could add for all in objects do for m in all modifiers where the class of the modifier is equal to bend, then